guys, Tracy here, and I'm going to share with you guys some of the ways that I have documented December in the past. And so I'm going to start by jumping right into December of 2009. So this was my first year, full year that I was scrapbooking. I think I started sometime throughout the year of 2009. And I had just received a Bind It All for Christmas that year from my husband, and so I really wanted to make a mini album to celebrate Christmas or to document Christmas that year. So I at that point, I was using mostly stuff that I could get at Michael's. So a lot of this is from either Die Cuts with a View or K & Company. Those were the two companies that I usually bought from at that point in time. This key, I'm pretty sure that I distressed it, and I may actually have a video that shares this album specifically. If I do, I will link it in the information section below, and I'll also put a little linky link right there for you. This is a piece of garland from my Christmas village. It's just like flexible wire with these little cutout pieces of holly tree on it, or holly leaves. And so I just made a wreath out of it using, like, it looks like I used glue dots, or some of the glue dots have dried up a little bit here. Maybe I used hot glue. Yeah, it looks like I put like some puddles of hot glue and just kind of pushed it down. I popped out this little Christmas tag, and then this I cut with nestabilities, and I inked the edge of the nestability of the metal die before I did it so that it would both emboss and also ink the edges. So it says Merry and Bright, the Banksfords 2009, and this is all of these pages are homemade, and so this was made with a piece of cardboard, corrugated cardboard, that I just put pattern paper on each side, and I outlined around the edges of it. And then here I have documented our tree, and these are letters that I cut out with this. It's called Wingo Zingo alphabet from Sizzix, and I cut that out probably using my Cuttlebug, I would think, and the extended cutting mats for the Sizzix machine. So anyhow, I have this was just an embellishment, and this is cut with a scallop punch from a piece of candy wrapper. These were punches, this is a Christmas tree punch that I have, and then I just outlined it. And this is documenting the Christmas tree that we chose from a tree farm that we used to go to every year at that point. And then this is a piece of acetate that I just trimmed out with some green sparkle embossing powder. And so I just used Versamark ink pad and dipped it in, like, I just kind of like went all the way around the edges of it, and then I just dipped it in the embossing powder, and then I very, very carefully heated it with my heat gun, but I did it very carefully so that the whole thing wouldn't melt. I just wanted to melt the embossing powder to make a nice little trim. And then because it's see-through, I put a picture on one side and then a little journaling tag on the other side. And I just made it so that it was pretty on both sides. So I put, this is the photo of Olivia on Scott's shoulders putting the angel on the tree. It says, Livy places the angel, and then in brackets, Sophie will take it down. And this was the beginning of a tradition that is probably going to show up elsewhere, because now we take turns which kid puts the angel on the top of the tree. And I just have some little ribbon pieces here, some little ribbon scraps here, and then on the other side of this you can see through it because it's acetate, and so I just wrote our house, took a picture of our house lit from the outside. And that's kind of nice because we don't light our house in the same way, so it's nice to kind of reflect back on how things have changed over the years. And when I make mini albums, I like things to stick out of the edges, and so I just placed this holly. This is like a felt holly. I think I would have purchased this, and I just put it so that it was hanging out. And these are thickers. It's an I and a V that I made into an arrow, just to accentuate the fact that this is the tree that we ended up cutting down. And this, I think, is edged with stickles. This right here, And now this one says Christmas comes but once a year. This was already on the paper, that this was that pattern paper, and I just took stickles and outlined around the bird and added some sparkles to the little holly berries on the pattern paper. And then I did use pop dots to pop this photo up, and I matted it on, this is actually I think that this is stickles as well, green stickles around the edges of the matting on these two. It just shows our kids hanging their stockings, or taking a look at their stockings and opening, I guess having a look at Santa's snack there. It says the kids decorated the tree themselves, and that year we didn't interfere. We just let them decorate it whatever way they wanted, and we've done that several different years. And so the result is a not perfect tree. Usually there's lots and lots and lots of embellishments on the bottom and not many decorations at all on the top. And we like it like that. We like that a lot. Some washi tape here. This was back when washi tape was pretty new, and it's actually kind of like a masking tape. It might not be a washi tape actually. This is another page that is on a piece of acetate, and this acetate is from Barbie boxes and different packaging that we got for Christmas. So it sort of goes along with the theme. This was a little decoration that came off of something, and I just cut it up and glued it onto my project. These were making memories, little layered paper flowers that you could layer together yourself. And it says breakfast Christmas morning, and this just shows the whole family, Scott's sister and Scott and me, and my stepdad and my mom, and Scott's dad and mom, and then our two girls right here. And that's a lovely picture of our whole family together, or a lot of our family together. Tanya isn't there. And then we have, these are the little tags that I put on our Christmas presents that year, and so I just stuck one, I just stamped them myself and added little bits of stickles to the trees for decorations, and so I just put the tag on here just to include it to remember. And then We Heart Poochie Pups, and that's the toy that they were the most excited about that year. Some more washi tape here and here. And then these trees were more layered embellishments from Making Memories that I got. And then this is a piece of Starbucks coffee sleeves, and it says, make your spirits bright, wish. And I just thought that was really pretty, so I punched a hole in it to tie a little bit of ribbon around it to make it a little bit more decorative, and then I misted it probably with glimmer mist, because that's what I was using a lot of back then, so it's got a bit of a glimmery look to it. And I put a bling snowflake on there and a matted picture of Sophie with Papa. And then this is just a little photo strip that I made. Each of these are individual photos that I cut out and matted, and then I matted one right there. It just shows the girls opening various presents. This was a tag that actually, this is the clothing tag that came on these pajamas that the girls are both wearing pajamas there from their grandmother. And so this is the clothing tag on the other, it had this Christmas tree on it, and then on the other side it had Joe Fresh, and so I just drew lines over it and did my journaling right on it. It says Santa brought a sled, Sophie fell in love with Sweetie Belle, which Jen gave her, and that's the name of the My Little Pony there. And then here is another, this is just a plain paper page, so it's not cardboard like some of the other pages were. And I glimmer misted some punched flowers and layered them together. And then I also added some stickles there. This just for a little bit of texture. This is a piece of netting from something, I'm not sure what. And then this is a little page all about Nana. I used some black washi tape here, and I tied this green string. This is like green stretchy elastic string for trimming presents with. I just folded the flower in half so that it wouldn't cover up the photo of Nana. And this is another piece of cardboard that I just covered in pattern paper. And I inked the edges of this whole project red. And then there's a picture of a deer in our backyard eating an apple. We used to give them apples every Christmas. And then this page is a felt page that I ran through my bind it all. I wasn't sure if it would work, but it did. And then I just created this door that opens up like this, that has some more extra pictures of the kids opening some presents and people opening presents. And it's just a a long rectangular piece of paper. I trimmed it with a border punch, and then I just glued it onto the piece of felt like that. And I have a little piece of floss on there that I could, if I wanted to, I could wrap it around and around and around to keep it closed. And then this, these are a combination of large circle punches and scallop circle dies that I just layered together with some pop dots in between them and did my journaling on this. This was a journaling, I think this was a journaling stamp that I had, and then I just drew lines inside of it to do my journaling there. And then I think this is oh no, I thought this was the last page, but it's not. So here I have another interactive piece. So I just cut out this snowman from another piece of pattern paper and stuck it on behind like that. And then this is a little sleeve that a Starbucks gift card came in, and it says "Make your spirits bright." And then this is a piece of fun foam that I just punched a hole in and tied a little piece of trim to. And this is a picture of my mom and stepdad, and this is it's just decorated with little random Christmassy things. Some cutouts and a tag, and this is something that I punched, I think, and then I outlined it and added a safety pin just for interest. And then on the back I just put a little gift from one held dear, best wishes for the coming year, because it shows them opening the gift that we had given them that year. And this page is on a piece of cardboard that's covered with pattern paper. And then this is basically just a filler page. It's just a pretty page. I like the sentiment. It says "Let heaven and nature sing," and I have some more of those tree embellishments from Making Memories. I glimmer misted them and put them on here, and just layered this cutout tag with a piece of pattern paper and put it on the background. This is a shipping tag that I misted with green, probably glimmer mist, and then I did some ruler lines, and it says, "Can you find a Starbucks gift card pocket, Quality Street wrapper, window of a Barbie box, tag from pajamas, Starbucks coffee sleeve, and a tag we put on presents." So these are all things that are hidden within the pages of this book. And I thought that was just kind of fun to take a little list of the ways in which I recycled some of the items from our Christmas to include in this album. And then the last page here is a picture with everybody. Some people aren't there and some people are there, but it includes the rest of the people who weren't in that other picture at my dining room table of the whole family. And I said Tanya was missing. So this has Tanya and her husband in it. And also Naomi is in there too, so that's kind of cute. And this is a frame. I'm not sure where this metal frame came from, but it fit there, so I used that. And then an extra. This shows, and Sophie gets to take the angel, which she called a fairy, off the tree. Oh, she's so cute. She was so little there. And so the whole project is outlined, is inked around the edges in red just to make all the pages be consistent, which is something that I do when I'm making these. I used to call these junk mini albums, and maybe people still call them that. I'm not sure. I'm not up on mini album trends right now. But I used to call this a junk mini album, and that was what a whole lot of us were making them back in the day. And I used to try to make I used to try to do something with it to make it seem like it all went together, and inking the edges is one of those things that I did. So then in 2010, I didn't do a specific Christmas project. I probably made a couple of pages, but I don't remember and I couldn't really find them. So I'm not going to share 2010 with you. But then in 2011, I made another mini album, and this is also a junk mini album. And I had so much fun with this. I remember having a blast with this. So the thing that I did to bring it all together, because this is another junk mini album, so it's made out, each page is made out of different things from our holidays. And so to make it all go together, what I did was I outlined the edge. I brushed some, what is that called? Smooch ink all the way around the edges of it, and that's just like a pearlized shiny finishing ink, and I brushed that all the way around the edges of each page. And then over top of that, and just on the very edges, I inked the very edges in Versamark ink, which is a sticky ink, and then I dipped it into white embossing powder, and I white embossed every single edge of every single page, which was a big project, but I love the look. I love how it looks like it's got like these icy, frosty edges all over it. And so this album, I know that I have a video that shows it in quite a bit of detail, so I'm just going to link to that because in it, I talk about what every single thing is in this album. And if I did this for all of the albums, then then this video would just be too long. So I wasn't sure about this one, so I showed this one in more detail. But this one, I'm just going to flip through for you. There's a Lindt chocolate wrapper. So this says Daddy's and Sophie's gingerbread, because we make gingerbread men every year. And then Christmas concert and silly, because look at the silly looking look on her face. Isn't she cute? And then this is the Fox Hollow Christmas concert. So this would have been a school Christmas concert, and this was the daycare Christmas concert because my younger daughter was in daycare. So I did the same treatment of just circling them with some little pearls, and I did the same thing here. And so this is another concert from the daycare. And it says, our challenge this year was to remember that Christmas is about giving and spending time with family, not decorations and gifts. The true spirit of Christmas can last all year long. And so there's that page. And this was a Christmas card that somebody gave us that was absolutely beautiful. I didn't want to throw it out. And then this is Tree Quest again. Every year we did a Tree Quest. And this I'm pretty sure was cut with my slice or my cameo. Oh no, I didn't have a cameo yet. It would have been with my Cricut, I think. And yeah, so Tree Quest, and there we are the following year getting our tree. And then it's not about presents, but, and then I have all these pictures of us opening presents. It's not really about presents, but here are the presents that we got this year. And then that's just a gift tag. And this, I think, was another card that came made like this to hold a gift card, and so I just reused the card. And then this is a picture of our neighborhood's lights that we do tree lighting, and I did some journaling about it. It says, oh, Christmas tree. Neighborhood events include the tree lighting with hot chocolate afterwards, yum. The food drive with hot chocolate and snacks afterwards, yum. And Santa's drive-by with the fire department. We missed Santa's drive-by this year, but had lots of fun at the other events. Tree Quest, hosted by the Casey family, is not for the whole neighborhood, but includes lots of our neighbors. We travel to Lunenburg and cut down our tree and then have a potluck lunch. And then this is just a really pretty Christmas card that I wanted to make sure that I included in the album. So I just put favorite TV specials, Prep and Landing, Polar Express, Glee 2011 Christmas Show, Elf, and Blizzard, which we missed that year. And then Picture Perfect, so 2 portraits of my daughters over the holiday season. And then this is the guitar pick, because she got a guitar that year for Christmas, and she had got a whole package of pink picks, so I just used one of them as a little tab for that page. And these are all punched out of this really beautiful textured paper that I think came in some packaging or on the back of a Christmas card or something. I talk about it in the video, I'm pretty sure. And then that's my sister-in-law, Jen, and then that's my niece, Sam. And I used a bread tag there for the tab on that one. It just says cute as a button. And then Ho Ho Ho, that's Olivia holding Chase. And that's my nephew. And then here is, okay, so this is a page that I really love. This is what I love about these little contained holiday projects. So this is one of the benefits of doing a holiday project that is self-contained, is that I probably would not have scrapbooked this part of this project, but it's probably my very favorite part of it. So first of all, I took a dud from my Christmas cards that I made that year, and it's this watercolored and then painted image. I think it's a Stampin' Up. I can't remember where that's from. This page goes like this, and it uses a brad and one of these things that holds something shut, and it says official family photographer, and then an arrow a finger pointing that way. And so this page kind of does 2 things. It's a pocket that holds these tags, and these tags have some extra pictures on them, and they've gotten a little sticky over the years, just ripped a little bit just from looking at them, but you can still see the picture. And so that's Nana and Papa, who are Santa and Mrs. Claus every year. A picture of my daughter eating that giant turkey leg. Oh God. And then another picture of all the grandkids with Nana and Papa. And then this, I just made a banner out of cheese. I made a banner out of cheese labels. I'm not sure why, but obviously, you know, these Baby Bell cheeses were some of the girls' favorites, especially when they were little. So I liked how they were triangles, and I had this Stampin' Up! Banner punch, and so I just punched out some banner triangles to go behind it. And this is just a list of all of the kids' favorite foods. So it says nuts in the shells, eggnog, sweets, Ferrero Rocher, snow, cranberry sauce, stuffing, grown-ups only, pear and brie, croissants, laughing cow, chips, chocolate kisses, and candy canes, and gingerbread girls, and turkey dinner, and hot chocolate. So those are all some of our favorite things to do, and I just made it look like a banner of laughing cows across the side. So that kind of goes behind this page. But then also this says official family photographer that way. And so you open this up and there's a picture of Scott. And so because of Movember, he has this like totally crazy mustache, which I love, love, love. He grew a similar one this year, but without the soul patch. And it says, "I'd love to stay, but I really mustache." And so it says over here in the journaling, it says, "This year we were lucky to have our own resident photographer. Although we have lots of great photos of all of us, we don't have many of Scott." So this was the first year that Scott was really taking on the role of photography and doing more serious photography. And so that's what that's all about. And I just, you know what, I think that this might be my favorite page of all of the things I've ever done with scrapbooking the holidays, because it's just so fun. It's just such a fun page. I just thought that this silly snowman guy was just really cute. He was from a Basic Grey collection, and I used my Sizzix die to make the edges, and all of these pages are either cut with my trimmer and then corner rounded with my chomping thing. What's that called? Big chomp corner chomper. Or it's cut with dies from my stash and my Big Shot. So, oh my goodness, that's a really walk down memory lane. So 2011.